It would be what happened in Arizona last year. They seem real happy with the choice they made moving on from Josh Rosen, but we'll see. On to Sunday's AFC showdown in Indy. Lamar and the Ravens coming off that emotional loss to the Steelers. Lamar turned it over 4 times. They still almost won, if you recall. Colts DN Justin Houston talked about the mindset headed into a matchup with Lamar, saying respect him, but don't fear him. Mike, back to you. What do you need to see from Lamar Jackson Sunday against the Colts to prove that he's still an MVP caliber quarterback? Because his draft has gone down just a bit over the course of this season as teams are figuring out what he's doing in the passing game.
Jenna, for one, I think is very disrespectful. And even though I got a lot of respect for Justin Houston, for him to be saying that they don't fear Lamar, they respect him. It's too early in Lamar's career for them to be saying that. He's done too much damage in the ground game for guys to be saying that they don't fear him. They should be fearing him, and the reason they aren't right now is because of the mistakes that, Lamar has made. Lamar has put the ball on the ground a lot. He's put the ball in harm's way a lot. And for Lamar, it's about not losing the game now. You don't want to be the guy on Monday morning waking up having to answer a lot of questions and going through all these scenarios in your head, why you made a throw, why you didn't get rid of the football. It becomes bearing on you, a tough bearing on you. And, you just want to do everything possible to put your team in the best position to win the football game. And it's not going to be easy this week versus the Indianapolis Colts. They have a very skilled and veteran defense and some good players over there. So he's going to have to protect the football. As much as we say it's cliche, this is the real deal now in Baltimore. He has to take care of that and then be able to spread the football around and get Hollywood Brown involved.
Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. This whole fear thing, you better fear him. One of the things I did as a player when I used to prep for, my opponent that week or my matchups, I would actually read all of the press clippings. I would listen to all the press conferences from the coaches, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, head coach, and then all of the top players. Why? Because they'll tell you what they feel. They'll tell you, excuse me, what they're thinking. And right now, Houston is telling you that he fears them. Like they're telling you from our film review, we are scared. So for him to come out and say this is actually pulling back the curtain on what they think. Lamar Jackson doesn't have to do anything, Nick. Lamar Jackson was the MVP last year. Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdowns. Now, Lamar Jackson could play better. Their offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, could do a better job. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is fine. He led his team to a 14-2 record last year. And look at them right now. They're still on track. They just need to clean up some things.
Yep. So listen, I think Baltimore's going to win, and I think Lamar's going to play well. But Wilds, there's a segment that I want us to start doing at some point. And you're kind of the guy I bounce things off of. It's called
Here we go.
Tomorrow's Takes Today. Tomorrow's Takes Today. In this case, it would kind of be Monday's Takes Today. And here's what that segment would be. If Lamar struggles, I don't think he will, but if Lamar struggles and Baltimore loses, the takes on Monday that the league has figured out Lamar, that last year was a flash in the pan, that this style is not going to be sustainable, are going to come faster than any takes we've seen this NFL season. It's going to be from every network, every show, that topic will be discussed. I'm not saying everyone will argue it, but there will be that bottom line. Has the league, if Lamar is bad this weekend and they lose, has the league figured out Lamar Jackson? Is one of the lead stories Monday. I don't think he will lose this weekend, but if he does, Wilds, that's what's coming.
Yeah, Mike, real quick, I know we got to go to break. Lamar's got 191 yards a game. Cam Newton's at 190. People are like, is Cam Newton the guy? Baker's got 189. Is Baker the guy? Drew Lock is out there. He's got 185, and he's like doing dances, and that's the only headlines he's making. When you were a quarterback and you saw everybody else throwing the ball, if you were Lamar, you're like, hey, turn me loose. Let me sling this thing around. The scheme that we've got, it's not, I'm not going to complain like Hollywood Brown because I'm the quarterback, but come on, let me throw the ball.
Interesting.
Well, the one thing that's not easy to do is just to change your entire scheme in 1 week. What they've been working on and what they have in place is pretty much what they have to go with. They can expand a little bit, but for everybody to be on the same page and for it to click and run smoothly, they can't make those type of adjustments mid-season.
Gotcha.
Now, what they can do is open it up a little more, get into more 4 and 5 wide sets, and alleviate more of the running game, start passing the ball a little more. I think they can do a lot more in the passing game. They just got to be creative and innovative in their approach to attacking the defense.
Lamar, still young. You know who's not young? That guy. Which 40-something
Dolphins thinking is saying that we're auditioning Tua, and I'm just going to tell you about my thinking. We brought Tua here because we believe in him, same as all the other draft picks. We believe in developing players, and I think you guys have heard me talk about the improvement of players on a daily basis. That would be the opposite of giving somebody a 10-game audition.
Mike, Vick back with us. Mike, what do you make of this rumor that the Dolphins are basically giving Tua a 10-game audition here?
I believe Brian Flores and what he's saying right now. He's a serious dude. I can tell you that. And I believe in what he's saying. This is not a 10-game audition for Tua. I mean, the last thing the Miami Dolphins need to be doing is trying to find another quarterback. It's been 20 years since they found one, and I'll be pulling my hair out if we got to go through the Miami Dolphins and their bad quarterback play another 20 years. So, look, they got the guy. I believe in Brian Flores and his philosophy. I think they're trying to develop Tua for the future.
All right, let me try to explain.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Brandon. I apologize. Go, Brandon.
No, go ahead. No, ahead, because this is your guy. You love Brian Flores. Jump in there.
So I love Flores, and I'm very high on Tua, and so I obviously wouldn't do this, but what I wanted to do there was just kind of explain to the audience, because I think a lot of people are confused by this. Like, wait, what? How is this even a story? The reason this is something of a story is because the Dolphins could end up this year with the second pick of the draft. In the ongoing detritus left over from the Bill O'Brien reign of terror in Houston, the Texans' first-round and second-round picks are in Miami this year, and the Texans have the second-worst record in the NFL. They couldn't get the number one pick because the Jets aren't going to win a game, so they're going to get that one. But you could have the number 2 pick and potentially draft Justin Fields or any quarterback other than Trevor Lawrence. That's why this story is out there. But, Brandon, the reason this story is totally illogical is because we have no evidence whatsoever they don't like Tua. They took your guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, out of the lineup, and it wasn't because of those horrific shorts he was wearing. He wore those afterwards because they like Tua so much. They can win the division, and they went to Tua because of what he's shown them, I would imagine. And so I know we have short leashes in the NFL these days. He has played 6 quarters in the NFL. The leash can't possibly be that short. So I think it's insanity, Brandon.
Well, is it insanity? I don't know, but I'll get to that. But first, let's start with Coach's comments. Coach's comments, he's sending a message to his players saying, don't listen to the noise. Don't listen to that outside chatter. I am your coach. This is my team. He's also sending a message to ownership and management saying, this is my team. I'm developing my quarterback. We sat down. We put together a plan, and you need to let me execute against my plan. But if we want to have a real conversation in your ownership, right, you got to look at it. You have the Houston pick that could be number 2, number 3, number 4 pick in the draft. You can go get a quarterback. You look at Burrow balling, you look at Herbert balling, and you got this guy on the bench. No, they're probably thinking, let me see who this guy is. Because ownership, they're thinking long term. They got to prepare for the next 5 years.